there's an increase of people on the streets in Springfield, and a lot of them are setting up camp outside of the Lincoln Library downtown.
But the growing crowd is sparking a citywide debate. Some say they need to go. WCIA3's Raquel Martin is live in Springfield now. And Raquel, the city council talked about this last night. What happened?
Jennifer, I'm actually outside of Lincoln Library, where typically you'd see a large crowd of homeless people gathered here. Now, this issue came to head at City Council last night. It failed, but it was tied down the middle. Now, the debate over this is still going on, but a lot of people say that the solution is much deeper than just kicking people out of this area. Year-round, hundreds of tourists travel to downtown Springfield to sightsee during the day. But at night, there's a lot of people outside, too, when the homeless camp out at Springfield's library.
Different things happen. People will be drinking. People will be getting into fights, all overall causing an area that's just not as safe.
Will O'Hearn is the library's director. He says the growing crowd is a problem he can't handle.
I will have folks, I would say, come to me quite often and say, I love your library, I love your staff, your resources are great, but I don't feel comfortable at your facility.
O'Hearn says in just a year, the number of people sleeping here has spiked nearly a third. Though he welcomes them during the day, he wants the city to pass an ordinance that'll close off the area between 9 p.m. and 7 a.m.
Generally, as a whole, I'd say 90% of the folks that come here aren't troublesome as well. So, but it's hard to convince that to a mom bringing her kids in, feeling, vulnerable folks.
The request is up for debate, and city officials are split on the issue 50-50. Alderman Andrew Proctor is against it.
To essentially criminalize being homeless, and that's just the wrong approach to take.
He says he'd only agree if the city passes long-term solutions. One of those, lower barrier shelters to help those with drug and addiction issues. Erica Smith, the executive director of a local city shelter, says she agrees.
The ordinance by itself is not the answer. And we know that the library cannot harbor a makeshift shelter. So I think that passing the ordinance on its own, it's unrealistic to think that that is really going to do anything.
Now, I'm told a lot of ideas and solutions being tossed out right now. Discussions are ongoing, but one of the biggest and most favorable ideas is having more permanent housing for the homeless population here in Springfield. But city officials tell me that money is tight, so it is unclear if that will be a realistic solution. For now, live in Springfield, Raquel Martin, WCIA3, your local news leader.